Once upon a time, in a beautiful green forest, there lived a hardworking ant and a lazy grasshopper. The ant was small in size but very disciplined and intelligent. The grasshopper, on the other hand, loved singing, dancing, and enjoying life without worrying about the future. It was the season of summer. The sun was shining brightly, flowers were blooming, and the forest looked peaceful and full of life. Every animal was busy preparing for the future. Birds were collecting twigs for nests, squirrels were storing nuts, and the ants were carrying grains of food to their underground homes. Among them, one tiny ant worked harder than everyone else. Every morning, the ant woke up early and started searching for food. She carried grains much bigger than her own body. Sometimes she slipped, sometimes she became tired, but she never stopped working. Meanwhile, the grasshopper spent his entire day sitting under a tree, singing songs and playing music. One afternoon, the grasshopper saw the ant carrying a heavy grain on her back. He laughed loudly and said, "Why are you working so hard all day? Come sit with me. Enjoy the weather. Life is meant for fun." The ant stopped for a moment and replied politely, "I'm preparing for winter. When the cold season comes, food will become difficult to find. I need to store enough food before it's too late." The grasshopper laughed again. "Winter is far away. Why worry so much now? Relax and enjoy life." But the ant simply smiled and continued working. Days passed. The ant worked every single day without complaining. Whether the weather was hot or windy, she kept collecting food little by little. And the grasshopper? He continued dancing, singing, sleeping, and wasting time. Whenever he saw the ants working, he mocked them. "You ants don't know how to enjoy life." The ants ignored him and continued preparing for the future. Slowly, summer ended. Then autumn passed. And finally, winter arrived. Dark clouds covered the sky. Cold winds blew across the forest. Snow started falling everywhere. Trees became dry. Flowers disappeared, and food became impossible to find. The grasshopper suddenly realized his mistake. For the first time, he felt hungry. He searched everywhere for food, but there was nothing left. The cold weather made him weak, tired, and afraid. Days passed, and the grasshopper became thinner and weaker. One freezing evening, while wandering helplessly through the snow, he saw a warm light coming from the ants' underground home. Inside, the ants were safe, warm, and comfortable. They had enough food because they had prepared during summer. The hungry grasshopper knocked on their door with trembling hands. The ant opened the door and looked at him kindly. With tears in his eyes, the grasshopper said, "Please help me. I was foolish. While you worked hard, I wasted my time. Now I have nothing." The ant felt pity for him. She invited him inside and shared some food. The grasshopper ate gratefully and sat quietly near the fire. After some time, he looked at the ant and said softly, "You were right. I laughed at your hard work, but now I understand something important." The ant smiled and asked, "What did you learn?" The grasshopper lowered his head and replied, "I learned that enjoying life is good, but ignoring responsibility destroys the future." From that day onward, the grasshopper changed himself completely. When the next summer arrived, he no longer wasted his time singing all day. He worked alongside the ants, gathered food, and prepared for difficult times. And slowly, he became wiser, stronger, and more responsible. Moral of the story: hard work, discipline, and preparation today create safety and success tomorrow.